Okay, the old Kettle Road, part 2. So, we're rounding the bend here, headed towards the old Nestor homestead. I'm standing on the road, and we'll just follow it along here. This is a nice easy grade here. Didn't take much work to make this road work here in this spot. Heading north, right towards Claire and Max Bill's site. See their cabin there in the background. This road turns to the right just before it gets up there though. This live oak tree probably wasn't even here back when this road was in use. Nice grade right here. There's a little creek down there under that willow tree. It's the old spring from the Nestor homestead. Nice grade right here to the road, nice and flat. I'm sure this oak tree wasn't even an acorn back in the day. So, this is all new. This is the road that comes in, goes to Claire and Max Bill site. That's their well over there. That big flat out there, that's where the Nestor cabin was. And the road went on across here where you got a culvert in here. This is kind of a runoff of a ditch here. Not any steady flow. I think the spring ran in here and whatever rain came off of that hill. But it gets soggy and wet in wintertime and grow some willow trees in it. It's dry today in May. So I'm going to pause as I try to get through this fence and then we'll start up again on the other side over there. The road goes straight ahead here. Okay, now I'm standing in Claire Max Road looking up this wash. I don't see any grade out there, so we're going to assume that this wash is nice and wide here, that they just graded it out and brought the road right up here to this next fence. And this fence is the border section 9, section 10. So, where we go from here? Well, let me figure that out. Hold on, gotta get another fence to cross here. Okay, I don't know this for sure, but here's what I think happened. I think the road came through over there where the other end of that culvert comes out, because the bank's cut pretty good, just to the left of that tree. Came across through that culvert cut, around that rock you see sitting there to the right, and then came straight at us, made a turn and came straight at us. Came across the fence line about right here where I'm standing. As you can see, the hill's got a slight grade to it, like it would have been edged for a road. And then right here, it's nice and flat. Now, coming up behind me, through the fence behind me, I think it comes straight across through here, right where this old trough is sitting. It's nice and flat here, like it's been scraped. And then, if you notice here, off to the right, by the cow manure, it looks like it's edged, like it's graded. Some of that dirt scraped away from that hill to make a nice flat spot for a car. And this is a nice smooth grade, 6 or 7%, something like that. And I think it continues up this grade right here. And then it merges, crosses that fence, and merges just past that rock with the new road, and then continues on up that new road. That new road, all that grading, this part here and everything was put in by Department of Forestry when they needed fire control access for their trucks. They're going to bring a truck up here. They need a good road to bring them in on because they got heavy equipment, tankers, and all that kind of stuff. And then right here, there's a nice flat spot that goes down and across that wet ditch down there, and a nice graded bank, graded wide spot going up right there. That could have been the road that came off of here to the Nestor cabin. I think it might have been easier to get through right here and to over there than to try to come out of that wash down there and climb the side of that hill. So I'm guessing he came in through here. Made this turn. This tree probably wouldn't have been here back in those days. Made this turn about where this tree was, across that creek right down there, and then went up to his cabin, which is somewhere over there on a little flat spot in that bare open area. Those oak trees over there. Nestor was here about the same time my grandparents came, about early 20s, 1920s. Those trees could be 100 years old, I don't know. So they were either not here or they were very, very young back then. There would have been some older ones here, of course, but they've since died, like that guy right down there below us by that rock pile. That one's over 100 years old. It would have been here at that time. So that's where we'll pick up the Kettle Hill Road. And then we'll go down here and show you the extension of the Maben Road from the ranch house areas down below. I'm going to pause and then we'll continue. Okay, here we are standing on the good road, the newer road, the Maben Road. You can see, I'll zoom, the houses are over in that area there. Off to the left here is the new hay barn, and then you can see the old barn, the 1940s barn. So we're just above the barn, we're just above the creek crossing, the Slick Rock Creek crossing, coming up this road towards us. And then what I'm going to do is turn around here, and this is where the road I'm standing on is the Old Maben Road. This is where it continues on up that hill back in the 20s. This continues on. It's a Department of Forestry road that goes up to the Nestor corner and makes a big loop and continues on behind this hill. So we're going to walk the Old Maben Road here. So Maben sold this, two owners before my grandparents. And he bought these parcels and stitched them all together and put this road in to connect them all. And he locked this road, wouldn't let the Big Oak Flat residents use it. This was sometime around 1910 or so, 1912, when he got this all put together and started putting these roads in. When I was a kid, my grandfather used to use this occasionally. He could make it up and down here in his cattle truck. And I don't know what he called it, but I refer to it, he calls it the old road, I guess. I refer to it as a shortcut. We'd be up on the main road up there and say, let's take the shortcut. And he'd whip the wheels over and head down this old Maben road. You can see, this is a pretty steep grade. This was another area that Grandpa felt had to be fixed. It was just too steep for cars and teams. And matter of fact, I think he said he got stuck here when they came up to look at this ranch before they actually bought it. They got stuck somewhere right around in here. Might be right up here at this corner. This corner's always been tricky. It's pretty sharp and it's very steep. It's a pretty good grade we're on right now. Now, you gotta imagine, the rocks are all here. Probably very few of these trees were different trees. Trees would have been different. They would have had trees, but they would have been that one there, that little stump, that would have been a tree. And look, this road makes a right-hand bend at a very steep angle. Very, very tough for a car. That stake is a marker from the old Boise Cascade survey to lay out the highway from down at the bridge where the road comes in. Thank goodness that never happened. But once we make this wicked bend, there's a nice little flat bend right here. Head you right over to this mountain behind the barn, and you can get a better look here at the new hay barn right there. Over here you can see the old ranch house and the garage with the rusty tin roof, the old cabin garage, and the extensively modified mother-in-law cabin. And these rocks put in by the old timers keep the road from washing away, coming down off this mountain or running down the road here. Another pretty steep grade right here, right off here. Whitney Creek runs down there and you got to cross it. Come up by the barn, you got to cross Whitney Creek. It's a nice flat hard rock crossing. Used to always be slick. It's pretty neat, decent now to cross. And then you got all these rocks, the old timers stacked along the side of the road here to hold the hill together and keep the road from washing away. I mean, once you grade this, all it is shovel maintenance after that. Keep the trees from growing in the middle of it, but if you use it, that'll keep trees from growing in it. Well, reaching the top of the hill here. I'm sure the horses are starting to blow and probably thinking, thank God we finally made it to the top of this. Or if they're headed the opposite direction, they said, oh my God, we're headed down this steep old hill with this wicked 90-degree bend. Okay, now we're pretty flat. You See how the road's graded here. You can see there's a little bit of an edge or a bank here on the right, and it gives away a little bit over here on the left. You know, you had to pick your way around these rocks, pick your way through trees that had already established themselves, go around immovable objects. And here is where the Maben Road rejoins the Kettle Hill Road. The Kettle Hill Road from here goes down here to the second creek crossing, Whitney Creek crossing. What you're looking at is part of the Department of Forestry maintained road, so it looks well used, and it is. But it was the old Kettle Hill Road, and it widened right here. The Maben Road came in that we just walked, and to the left is a continuation of the Kettle Hill Road down off the mountain into the Kaweah Lake Basin. And I'll walk you down this one to the Nestor cabin so you can get an idea what happens down on this end. This is a road everybody that's been here is familiar with because we've traveled it for the last 100 years. Okay, a lot of quartz on this part of the hill right here, and pounding on this road just really brings it to the surface. Some of it's really white and some of it's more reddish, but it's very marbled. Some comes off in big chunks, some comes off in little slivers. There's a lake out there ahead of us, and you can also see Mac and Claire's cabin there. So we're headed northwest right now. And actually, I don't have to walk all the way down there. I can show you from right here. You can see this road bends to the right here, goes out of sight, this side of that blue oak tree. Then you can see where it continues away from us down there, makes a bend to the left, and it continues down right there till it gets near the fence where I showed you. Where I showed you it comes out of Nestor's place and tees into the forestry road. So that's all that is. I'm gonna go now retrieve my ATV, and then we'll continue on from right up here where the Maben Road joins the old Kettle Hill Road. So I'm gonna hit pause.